A very warm welcome to you. It's always a pleasure to have you join us each week on the program, Almond Finance and Wealth Report, your one-stop shop for all the latest happenings in the world of business. My name is Margaret Mary Osiobor. You're welcome. On the lineup this week, we join Faith and her guests, Mr. Tunde Oshadiya, Managing Director, Guinea Insurance PLC, in our exclusive session where they looked at the static 0.5% insurance penetration in Nigeria. Matters arising. Mr. Oshadiya said that the insurance industry must do more in educating the populace on the benefits of insurance. Do take a listen.
We should let people know almost on a daily basis what to do and what not to do, what a fire policy covers. And that brings me to the fact of, look, you have to do things differently. You have to develop alternative distribution channels and things like that. With the alternative distribution channels you are developing, you pass on that information that you are looking for.
On this edition also, we will bring you highlights of the Convention on Business Integrity Dialogue session, which took place recently at the Civic Center. The theme was the role of effective Nigerian regulatory actions in attracting and retaining foreign direct investments. Chairman was Dr. Christopher Kolade. Take a listen to what he said.
It's the large objective that makes people, foreigners or Nigerians in foreign lands who have resources to invest, makes them take the decision they're going to come and invest here.
Not forgetting all the other extras we bring you each week on this program, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the lineup. Details in just a moment. Please stay with us.
The 2018 Almond Insurance Consumers Forum is finally here. The biggest and largest platform for insurance consumers to vent about customer service.
We are impatient. That is our culture. We don't have time for too much friendship. Tell us what we want to do and we'll do it. So, speaking English even make it easier.
That the insurance have to do a lot more aggressive marketing. If you get into My Two or go to Select, you see banks, all their workers are there. They are collecting the bank savings even as a susu. So that it will be easier. It agrees with what my brother was saying. They are bringing it closer to home.
Team relieving customers' pain points in insurance through exceptional service delivery. Date Friday, November 16th, 2018 from 9:30 a.m. Venue Kano Hall, Necker House, Hakim Balogun Street, Central Business District, Alausa, Ikeja. Chairman Dr. Justus Clinton Uranta, former GMD Niger Insurance PLC. Guest speaker Chief Chris Wadiegu Obi, MD Blue Pearl Consult Limited. Discussant Mr. Tunde Oshadiya, MD Guinea Insurance PLC. For inquiries, please call 080-333-57879, 0812-362-4081 or visit www.almondfinancereport.com. Admission is free. Almond Insurance Consumers Forum, where the insuring public have their say.
As we speak today, there's hardly any bank in Nigeria, I stand to be corrected, that you cannot download their app on the mobile phone and do whatever transaction you want to do, pay bills, do whatever banking transaction from the comfort of your car, your office, or your home. I also stand to be corrected. I'm yet to see an insurance company's app that I can download where I can do the basics, motor insurance, fire, or health, or whatever insurance. I'm here to see, why is that? What is the issue with technology in insurance?
From the new share capital structure that NICOM has brought up, that becomes almost inevitable. You know why I say that becomes almost inevitable is that what I think has made us to be laid back is that when you look at the structure of the insurance business in Nigeria, right, you find out that maybe about 50-60% of it is oil and gas, followed by motor insurance, and down the line like that. I mean, so you would think and say that, really, what will you do with the mobile app in the insurances of oil and gas, which is where the, but from
which
this,
is where you guys,
which is the concentration, which is the concentration.
Yeah.
But with this new regulation, that when it rolls up 1st of October, almost 80% will no longer be able to do that oil and gas any longer. So you are left with products and policies that will deepen penetration and inclusion, so to speak. The motor insurances of this world, the fire insurances of this world, general accidents, personal accidents, of the travel insurance of this world. For you to be able to get to majority of the people, there is no alternative to IT, chief of which is a mobile application. Look, I'll give you an instance. I keep saying, you may have forgotten that your insurance particulars has expired, and you are seeing that there's a checkpoint in front of you, and most likely you will be stopped for your papers. If you have a mobile application for an insurance company, before you get to that police checkpoint, you should have been able to buy your insurance, and your certificates, your receipts, everything is sent to you, your NID confirmation, and the insurance man, you get there and say, where's your insurance? You just give him your phone. And the beauty of it is that your money drops into your account almost immediately. I mean, so take a cue. Let's even say that you're doing motor insurance, it's third party. How many vehicles are in Nigeria? At least you have, I'm sure there are about 50 million people using mobile phones. They have data. So much more than that can download the app of an insurance company when it's there. And once you have downloaded that app, make sure they can buy the compulsory insurances from there. Motor insurance, professional indemnity for medical practitioners. So there is no need for the bricks and mortar that they must see somebody before they buy. I have this application. Oh, I want to go and renew this thing with NHIS. And the man can simply go on the mobile phone and purchase his professional indemnity on the man who is even about to travel and has forgotten, I need a travel insurance, can quietly go there and buy, just the way everybody buys all sorts of things on. So it is a way to go. There is no running away from it.
Okay, so would you say before this capitalization, tier-based capitalization that the regulator is pushing, the problem of the industry in terms of innovation and digitalization has been that of funding or capital?
Well, I wouldn't say it is funding. You see, because I had costs to go, I would not want to mention the name. I had costs to go into the IT infrastructure of a government, what will I call them? Is it a regulator or something? Or a government agency monitoring the whole of Nigeria. And I was shocked to find out, because at that point they wanted to insure the thing. I was shocked to find out that something they used to monitor the whole of the country, the whole of Nigeria, they can see where you are, see where there are accidents here, did not cost, total cost was about 90 million. And they were monitoring Nigeria very efficiently up to this moment. So I'm not sure that it is about funding.
Okay, so then, it's good the thing you mentioned. I intentionally asked you that question because even some of these banks that you see around, if you take time to sit with them and listen, let them tell you the amount they spend on developing some of this app.
Yeah.
The talent abounds in Nigeria.
Yeah.
They are getting it for almost next to nothing
Yeah.
when you compare. So how come the insurance industry have not been innovative enough to embrace technology? Because what we've both agreed on is that it's not a problem of they don't have adequate capital to invest in technology to drive their business.
I keep still saying, maybe you can lay the blame, right? You can lay the blame at the doorsteps of the owners of the company. One, why? Because they set up the company, and within the first 1 year, they want you to deliver returns. But they don't know that when you have an objective, a strategic objective should take you like 2-3 years to be able to achieve. Do you understand? You lay out your vision, then the objectives, then you begin to follow through. You want to be this, you want to be that, you want to have all that. But you see, immediately they come, I want you to give me profits almost immediately. Where you will get your profits almost immediately, or because the industry is guided by, you are judged by your gross premium income that you have achieved as against your profit. So everybody is saying, I want to do 3 billion, I want to do 5 billion, I want to do 10 billion in the coming year. How do you get your 3, 5, 10 billion? You go to those heavy things that we have just spoken about, oil and gas and all that. That's where you can get that sharp money. But my sister, I keep telling people 5,000 in 1 million places is 5 billion if all you do is third party. So if you actually sit down and think it through and deeply and say, this is the line I want to toe, and I'm going to tow that using the mobile application, using Twitter. You can't do it basically by bricks and mortar. You can't have branches all over the place. You can't have agents all over the place. But everybody has phone moving around all over the place. I mean, so if you are able to say to people, you can purchase, and the man does it, he has an experience of the policeman and is able to solve the problem even with that, you think he will not want to. Everybody wants to sit at the back of his table, and that is why the banks have moved on. A lot of us do not go to the banks any longer. You want to get bank draft for somebody in Sokoto, you can do it right on your table, and you ask the man to go and pick it up in Sokoto. I mean, so that's the kind of thing we're talking about. We should be able to do. It will not cost an arm and a leg, but because we were not looking at it, because all of us were busy, everybody wants to be on the NNPC account, everybody wants to be on this account or mobile account. But now that there is steering, then we have to think out of the box, and you begin to see this innovation.
Okay,
because
Mr. Shalia, well, this is not the first time we've heard this narrative.
Yeah.
I remember the last round of recapitalization. Some of the issues that came up then was, they need to jack up capital with insurance companies so that they'll have money to invest in IT, they'll have money to invest in their human capital, and all of that. But 2007 came and went by. It's still the same stories that we're hearing. They're still undercutting. They're yet to invest in IT to drive their business. So the argument, therefore, is with the tier-based recapitalization, we are now hearing, everything is going to turn to paradise. Let's keep that aside until the end of this. But I just want to bring you back to the issue of motor insurance.
Yep.
Since we're talking penetration, all of a sudden, insurance companies in Nigeria don't insure the commercial buses, popularly known as Danfo in Lagos. And that has created a huge market for those who are selling fake insurances at the licensing offices. Is Danfo or the Danfo buses, are they so much a high risk for the insurance companies that oftentimes insure filling stations, petrol filling stations?
Sincerely speaking, I cannot tell you precisely why we don't insure Danfo buses. Maybe because of, in those good old days, knowing what they call Danfo people. Danfo is Shiri and Tongwalon Shiri, meaning that the Danfo itself is not, the buses themselves are not bad, but the drivers are the mad ones.
Alright, welcome back. Moving on, we now bring you highlights of the dialogue session recently organized by the Convention on Business Integrity, Action Aid in collaboration with LCCI, NESG and others at the Civic Center. The consensus was that consistent regulatory policies are needed to ensure that the country attracts foreign direct investments and also retains them. Happy viewing.
Nigeria's trade regime remains highly protectionist and extorting with the aim of incentivizing growth in Nigeria's domestic industrial and agricultural capacity. Recently, the Convention on Business Integrity, Action Aid, in collaboration with Scrap C Project, funded by UK Aid, LCCI, NESG, and Business Day, put together its 2018 dialogue session at the Civic Center. The theme was the role of effective Nigerian regulatory actions in attracting and retaining foreign direct investment. Welcoming guest to the event, Mr. Soji Apampa, Vice Chairman, Convention on Business Integrity, said that Nigerian regulation and regulatory framework must be made more effective.
Whether we believe multinationals are ripping Nigeria off or believe Nigerian regulatory actions are inept, both points of view seem to accept that Nigerian regulation and regulatory actions need to be made more effective. The question then, after the inevitable discussion of the different dimensions of the issue, is what strategies must we adopt to make regulation work better in the public interest? Our takeaways. By the end of the dialogue, we would like to come away with very concrete, practical steps that the private and public sectors need to take, preferably in collective action, to minimize the damage to the public interest arising from each of the prevailing schools of thought, with timelines and clear actions for different stakeholders present here to take.
In his opening remarks, the chairman of the dialogue session, Dr. Christopher Kolade, CON, said that if a policy doesn't have sustainability, it cannot help an economy like Nigeria that is looking for sustainability.
There is a true understanding, not only on the part of the operators of businesses, but also regulators. Unless we have a true understanding of what the largest objective is, we may find ourselves taking actions or creating policies that actually have no sustainability. And if a policy does not have sustainability, it cannot help an economy that is looking for sustainability.
Panelists at the dialogue session were Mr. Frank Aibogum, Publisher, Business Day; Mrs. Toyin Sani, CEO, United Capital; Mr. Neil Yusufu, Nigerian Economic Summit Group; Mr. Femi Falana, Managing Partner, Falana Chamber; Professor Bolaji Owasanoye, Executive Secretary, PANAC; and Mr. Osaro Egnobanie, SAN. In her submission during the panel discussion, Mrs. Toyin Sani said we must overhaul the entire system by which we inform players of the rules in our market.
The truth of the matter is that we will lose capital, we will lose skills if we are not competitive as a market. So what is the objective of regulation? The objective of regulation, and nobody can put it better than the way the chairman has put it, is to set rules that encourage the game to keep being played, that make sure that the game is productive and entertaining, whilst at the same time making sure that the game is being played in a way that is fair to all. Once regulation is not transparent, once it's not consistently applied, once it's not, all necessary information is not readily available at the push of a button, and once it is not enforced consistently and at the right time, we are no longer competitive as a market. So to round up, what should we be doing? My first thoughts in terms of practical steps. One is that we need to overhaul the entire process by which we inform players of the rules by which we play in our market.
Nigeria today has the Consolidated Competition Law. Under the Investment and Securities Act, the Nigerian Securities and Exchange Commission is empowered to determine whether any business combination is likely and substantially prevent or lessen competition. In his submission, Mr. Falana said businesses that operate in Nigeria are smiling to the bank at the expense of the country.
Sir, those who operate here, sir, local and foreign investors, are smiling to the banks at the expense of the country. They are operating in an atmosphere, a laissez-faire atmosphere. The laws are there, they're never employed. I mean, this is the only country where I'm asked to come and pay tax, and I call the tax man. Can we negotiate? I mean, I do not know. They do not know how much I should pay. These are problems, sir. But, my sir, if you want me to discuss regulatory actions, of course, I will want to regurgitate some of the views that have been expressed. We need certainty in our law. We need predictability of enforcement, independence of regulatory agencies in the arm. Some of them should operate and disagree with the government when it's in the interest of the country. And that was the point I've been making.
Nigerian businesses have been known to seek to protect and expand market share through political connections and economic protections rather than fair competition. Vested interest may seek to retain such a system.
And that is our time on the program this week. Many thanks for being a part of it. It's already on Flick, the two biggest insurance events happening on the 16th of November 2018. The first of which is the 2018 Insurance Consumers Forum. Come and air your views on the changes you'd like to see in the insurance industry as it relates to their customers. The venue is Neka House, Alausa, Ikeja. The time is 9:30 a.m. and admission is free. Then come 5 p.m. at the Shell Homusan Center will be the biggest insurance party ever, where comedy and music will meet the insurance industry and their consumers. It's the first of its kind, so don't be told about it, be there. We are live on We Are Social, so feel free to connect with us on all our social media platforms. Once again, my name is Margaret Mary Osibor. Thanks for watching. From the entire crew, until next week, it's goodbye.